Hi, I'm James the Box Office Artist, and you guys have voted, and Shrek narrowly lost to Monsters vs. Aliens, but the vote was so close, I thought, why don't we go ahead and draw Shrek as well? One of my favorite movies, Shrek, released in 2001 from DreamWorks, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, later on, Antonio Banderas, John Lithgow, and one of my favorite movies. So I thought today, while I draw Shrek, why don't I put on you some Shrek knowledge as I tell you some of the facts that you didn't know about Shrek. Did you know that Mike Myers was not actually the first choice for Shrek? It was actually the late great comedian Chris Farley who even recorded most of the dialogue. Now, Shrek's air quotes in the film is a homage to Farley, whose character Bennett Brower also used air quotes. Now, Chris Farley couldn't play Shrek because he passed away. Now, his good friend Mike Myers was actually hesitant about taking over the role due to them being very good friends and believing it was actually disrespectful to take over the role. But after talking to the producers, they were able to convince him. Here's a fun little tidbit. Nicolas Cage was initially offered the role of Shrek, but he turned it down because he did not want to look like an ugly ogre. Now in 2013, Cage admitted that he regrets the decision and explained, "When you were drawn in a way, it says more about how the children are going to see you more than anything else, and so I care about that." Tough loss. Now, Mike Myers, the actor, he's from Canada. Actually grew up not too far from where I am. And he originally voiced Shrek with a regular voice, and then he tried different Canadian accents. But after watching a rough cut, he felt there was something missing, and he re-recorded all the lines with a Scottish accent based on the voice his mother used when he was reading him bedtime stories as a child. And the rest is history. Now, because they originally recorded all the voices in a regular accent, the decision to remove that accent and use a Scottish accent actually ended up costing an additional $4 million. And it took 20 sessions to complete the re-voice over. But I think it was all worth it in the end, don't you? Did you know that when the principal actors recorded their lines, they didn't do it together? They all read their parts separately, with a reader feeding them the lines. Now, John Lithgow, who played Lord Farquaad, later admitted that while he enjoyed playing the part, he was a little disappointed that he never actually worked directly with Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, or Eddie Murphy. The late great actor Alan Rickman was the initial casting choice for the role of Lord Farquaad. However, he decided to turn it down because he opted to play a very, very small part, the role of Severus Snape in Harry Potter. So the role ultimately went to John Lithgow. I think he made the right choice. The amazing late comedian Robin Williams was going to have a role in the movie. However, he suffered a bitter falling out with Jeffrey Katzenberg when Katzenberg was still at Disney and then refused to work with him. This will show my age, but one of my favorite shows was watching a show called The Monkees. It was on Much Music, which was our version of MTV. And one of their songs, I'm a Believer, and maybe you guys know that song from Shrek. It's become one of the series' theme songs and was chosen specifically because of the line, I thought love was only true in fairy tales. I thought love was only true in fairy tales. Fairy tale. There's a scene in the first Shrek where Princess Fiona burps. Okay? That was actually written after a recording session where Cameron Diaz burped after drinking Coke. Eddie Murphy improvised Donkey's response to Shrek.
She's as nasty as you are.
Here's an interesting fact. Cameron Diaz, having actually undergone kung fu training during the making of Charlie's Angels, became very physical when recording her kung fu moves for Fiona's fight with Robin Hood and the Merry Men, and even at times broke out into Cantonese. We know that in Shrek, there is a ton of different Disney references in there, so much so that the movie was viewed by DreamWorks lawyers with a fine-tooth comb, since they were concerned that Disney would sue the movie's not-so-subtle satirical references to the company's films and projects. Could you tell I read that? The computer animation production started on October 31st, 1996, and took more than 4.5 years to complete. Shrek was actually based off a 1990 book by William Steig called Shrek. You know that song that plays in the movie, "Hey now, you're an outside, get your game on"? That was by Smash Mouth and actually was heard in the opening credits, but was actually a placeholder. Actually, yeah! It was actually a placeholder, never meant to be used, but test audience loved it and they decided to keep it in the movie. So there came a point where they thought they were done with the recording and Mike Myers was in New York City, and then they realized they were missing one line. That line is, "What are you doing in my swamp?" Never been read. So the producer, Jeffrey Katzenberg, flew to New York City and had Mike Myers record that line in the back of a limousine. Now here's a fun tip. You always hear about actors trying to get into the role, where the people who were designing the effects for the film, especially the ones that took place in the mud, the effects department actually took mud showers to study how realistically to portray mud in the film. In 2007, Jeffrey Katzenberg said the film not only saved the company, DreamWorks, financially speaking, but also gave it an image that allowed them to make Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, and How to Train Your Dragon. So the actual artwork, the line art itself, took about 2 hours drawing them with micron pens on Strathmore Bristol board. Those are some facts about Shrek. Hopefully you enjoy them. Hopefully they were informative. Hopefully you like them. If you do, you like me talking about it instead of reading it, let me know in the comments down below. All of this YouTube stuff, it's always a process, no matter how long you've been on this platform. So I would love to know if that was made it more interesting for you. I would love to know. Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know some facts. Maybe I will read those facts from you. Okay? All you got to do is head over to the Discord. The link is in the description there. I have a thing on the side there that says, "Did you know?" Okay, and maybe you could help me out with some facts I could mention in the next video. But also let me know down below, what else would you like me to draw? I'm open to drawing anything. Why don't you let me know in the comments down below? But I know while you are still here, you want to see the full color version of Shrek, and here it is coming right at you. Don't forget to vote on the next poll. Go to the community tab and you could vote which one I'm going to draw. Do that right now. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best. My name is James. I am the box office artist. I'm here to say keep drawing. I'll see you all next time. Donkey!